Hey guys, what I'm gonna be doing first is Infinite Dragon Ball History versus Vegeta's Family. I'm gonna do it easy mode, probably no items at first. I do have some more common units on my team, but not a lot of them. The best strategy for Infinite Dragon Ball History is high defense, raising defense infinitely, and healing if possible. So, this unit and this unit, they both have high defense and heal after a certain period of time. Stacks defense for a while, but really high. Infinitely stacks when reversed. There's a limit when he's not reversed, when he gets blue. Infinitely stacks and infinitely stacks. The key to this is if you want all the stones, you need 3 Kamehameha units and 3 Goku's family units. That's already accomplished with just this guy, and this guy. So if you can find other units that go on super agility or Kamehameha, or just have a different leader that infinitely stack defense, that would be the best way to do it. If you guys want me to redo this later with a harder team, I'll do my best, but right now we're gonna just go through this once. And try not to use any items, because I don't think this team needs to use items, to be honest. I say that, but yeah. A lot of it's just RNG. In the very beginning, especially. Because in the very beginning, you don't really have high stacked defense yet, and some of your units, especially this one, are weaker. Because he'll take 30,000 damage off one hit, and probably like 200,000 off this super attack. 164. But as you progress, your units become stronger. You take less damage. It becomes stronger too, but especially for the units that infinitely raise defense, sooner rather than later, they won't get over your defense stat at all. It's all about, at the very beginning, placement. Attack stat doesn't matter. Honestly, in the very beginning, as long as you could raise defense, you kind of want to stall. You want to do less damage to make your unit stronger before the end. But it's not something you need to do with the right units. For any infinitely raising defense unit, a unit that just says raises defense with no maximum in the super attack description, you always want to go additional attack. Like, if it's an option, additional attack. If it's not an option, I usually take crit over evade. I very, very, very rarely have ever picked evade, because you don't want to have to rely on evade. Like, you know what you're getting with a super attack without the additional and without the crit. But if you need an evade to win, odds are most of the time you're not winning regardless. Sometimes you will. Sometimes evade will help you. Sometimes it'll even win you the game. But more often than not, you will lose because you didn't evade than when you did. Of all three, I think evade's the weakest, to be honest. That's just my opinion, though. I could be very well wrong, or you guys might not share that. We're gonna go with that. So, for this team anyway, the 2 units you really want super attacking early on are exchanging Goku and Gohan, and your agility transforming pre-awakened Goku. Because they're the 2 liabilities early on in your team. They have the lowest defense, they have the lowest attack, but by the end, they should both be above 250,000 defense, depending on how fast you go through the Infinite Dragon Ball history. See, right now I can use the active for this guy and probably deal 4 or 5 bars of damage. However, I'd be bringing myself into harder territory when I only have 40,000 defense on this guy and 60 on that guy. Hell, even this Gohan doesn't have a lot of defense. So I'm gonna not save it for later if it becomes if it's still an option later, and just attack regularly to continue building defenses for this team. I think I should be transforming with Gogeta next turn. I could be wrong. No, I shouldn't die here just because his base attack should not get over any of my defenses. And he's already supered. So the most damage he'll do is like 250 maybe. Oh, I didn't transform. That's actually kind of sad. Well, if I survive this turn, I'll transform and heal. It just depends when he supers and who he supers. The one thing about this Gohan that makes him probably one of my favorite units is both his super attack and his ultra super attack infinitely raised defense. I died. Here, we'll just go in again, same team. I could have used an item, but like I said, this team is good enough where I shouldn't have to use items. If the RNG is a little bit on my side anyway. Oh, this is good. So Dokkan is a very interesting game. A lot of it just hard to explain. I like it because I've seen Dragon Ball Z, I've seen Dragon Ball Super, I've seen some of the original Dragon Ball, but not as much. And the characters are familiar, the attacks are familiar. There's a lot of possibilities with it, which makes it interesting for me. And that is kind of why I want to do it, because I feel like I'm good enough to be able to help other people with Dokkan. People that genuinely need help, that don't have the best units in the game. I say as I'm using some of the best units in the game to be Infinite Dragon Ball history. But this is realistically only a test video to see a response. I plan on doing a lot more with Dokkan and making it a lot harder for myself, so I could help others who weren't as lucky as me, who got the Dokkan shaft. The fact that I didn't get super with that guy sucks. Ew. The fact that I didn't get super with this one is kind of okay, because he doesn't stack defense. Basically it. I want to stack as much defense as I can early on. I know I say it a lot, but it's the best way to win Infinite Dragon Ball history. It's the easiest way. And for the most part, most Dokkan can be easy once you awaken those first few units. Before those first few units, Dokkan's hard. Before you get the right leaders, before you get your first TURs, Dokkan can be very hard. After that, though, it becomes easy for the most part as long as you have one good category team. Except for Super Battle Roads and Infinite Dragon Ball history, where you have to be creative with your teams. And Legend Fighting Goku, where they literally lock you into a team, and that's the team you have to use. Oh, that should be fine. So, for year 5 anniversary, Vegeta or Gogeta? I've always been kind of a Gogeta guy. I don't know why. I think Gogeta's more wild, to be honest. More primal. Vegeta has always been more slick, more full of technique for me. Just based on looking at them. Not their fighting styles or anything. That's just my opinion. So yeah, some of the really, really good free-to-play infinitely stacking defense units is exchanging Trunks and Vegeta and Goku and Gohan. Then there's the Great Saiyaman, uh, basically Baby Trunks, who also infinitely stacks defense and becomes useful for a lot of events. There's a lot of really good free-to-play units, and I'll try and do a mostly free-to-play one after. I do have to grind the Baby Trunks for it if I want to do it though. Yeah, there we go. Fusion. Oh. Technically, Vegeto's the better one to transform with. Gogeta has a higher attack stat, but Vegito just counterattacks. And if those counterattacks crit, that's massive damage. But a heal is a heal, so I am not complaining. Gobros is insane. I think Gobros, for a new player, is probably the best LR in the game. His leader skill is so versatile, and his attack and defense are just really, really good. He has an active that just does like an insane amount of damage and attacks twice guaranteed, even if both aren't supers, even though they can be. You'll notice that as we go, the Vegeta's family units are getting stronger, but worse, because we're going up against Turbo now. And now this unit's not even going over my base defense with a super attack. Once we get to the newest, technically newest, youngest, there we go. Youngest Vegeta's family member is the last, so in this case it'd be Vegeta Jr. And then after this rotation, we'll see where we are for defense. I do not think my Ki Blast is high enough though. I don't think he's high enough. He's only at 64,000, but Gohan's at 224, and with the base defense, Gobros is at 142. So we're going to make sure he doesn't take a hit, and he gets his super, just so he's not as much as a liability later on. But at the same time, if this guy gets hit, he will take a decent amount, a portion, just because type differences. I'm getting to the point where no base attack should be over my defense at all. See 141, 144, 340. So it's only super attacks I have to worry about. And with the right placement, type advantage, 340,000 defense, no matter what my health is at, I should not lose. Unless it's for some reason under 100. I should not take any damage at all from most supers, with these three anyway. Okay, Trunks next. How are we doing for him? He's at 77,000 now. He's getting there. Exchanging unit being much better is 167. So we want him to take the first hit because it's only 1 and less chance of being a super. 9 times out of 10 you'll get... I just used the Dokkan attack on him. Big rip. Whatever. 9 times out of 10 you'll get supered on that first attack though, because the game hates the RNG. Bad at the game, I missed one. But we are getting to the point where we're not really worried at all. We haven't used any items. Most of our units have so high defense, only super attacks are really worrying. And we're at high enough health that one shouldn't kill us. This is what I mean by Super Battle Road Infinite Dragon Ball history gets really easy. Because you just get to a point where the only thing that matters is super attacks. And as long as you have decent RNG and 6 units that could infinitely raise defense, and you get that defense raise in the beginning, you won't lose this. The key is to get the stones. So, I could tell you right away, exchanging Gohan, best free-to-play unit to use for this. 100% the best. Most people, I wouldn't say all, do have Transforming Goku. Reversed, he's very good. As you can see, he's a little bit of liability. He does build defense slower, and he doesn't have as many key links, but he does raise that defense. And then honestly, all you need to do is bring on a friend unit. Kamehameha Gohan, for example. And then there's other free-to-play units, like the Great Saimon. You could put on the same team as Kamehameha Gohan as long as you get your 3 Kamehameha and 3 Goku's family units. This attack's great. I love Soul Punisher as an attack. Maybe not with him, but with agility. That's insane. Ooh, that additional's good. My attack might even be over 100,000 with him now. Certainly his base attacks aren't getting over my defense on that unit now. Becoming less of a liability. The reason why the free-to-play unit is so much better at raising defense than the free one is because he's rainbowed. It's free-to-play. Free-to-play units are used to rainbow. So there's more additional attacks, which means I raise defense faster, which means become stronger faster, or more sturdy faster. I think there's only one more after Trunks. I think it's just, no, another Trunks, and then, Vegeta Jr. Oh, he's at 93,000. He's getting there. But maybe type coverage will make up the difference, and we'll speed through this one if possible. He's not getting over my base defense. That's only super attacks I have to worry about. And I should tear through this guy relatively easy. This guy's effective against all just because that's what Gogeta does. So, easy 2 million. Let's look how we're doing. 400,000 defense, 200,000 defense, 188,000. This one's at 327,000 without any key links right now. I'm seriously not worried about this lineup at all, this rotation. That won't get over my base defense, or it shouldn't. Maybe a little? Oh, it did a little. Wow, that Trunks just made a liar out of me. Feels bad. I guess I'll have to take it down for that. This is going to do massive damage to him. Maybe upwards of 3 million, depending on the crit. Hey, 3 million without the crit. There we go. Think the last? No. I forgot about Bola. Oh, I didn't get the super attack with him. I'm stupid. Look, it's Dad's Gal gun. 100,000? Not even 15. The only scary thing about Bola is she attacks multiple times. I did not put any evasion into that unit, by the way. That's just its built-in evasion because it's an int unit. No matter what her attack is, she's not getting over this dude's defense. Don't care what unit she is. She's just not that strong. Another good thing about this unit is his attack goes up pretty fast too. Oh, I crit that. See, she's good against my unit right now, but doesn't get over my base defense. And doing it a second time won't change anything. Wow, 20 extra damage. This is the last stage. Again, only have one slight liability on my team right now. Once he's on rotation, his defense goes way up. But this was bad, pretty bad RNG for my whenever my transforming Goku was on rotation. I didn't get enough super attacks in with him. At this point, he should be at least at 140,000 defense. At least. Hey, this might actually get over my defense. Oh, it will. Only 140. In one rotation, I have quite literally half this guy's health. Is it a victory rush if you can't even get over the base defense of a wow, I almost called a Dragon Ball character a Pokemon. You know you're tired one. Is it even a victory rush when you can if you can't get over the base defense of a fighter? And last rotation. I definitely shouldn't die here, but just to be sure, I will put the Gohan with 600,000 defense and then ultra super attack with him. 600,000 defense and 600,000 attack, by the way. If you can, regardless, bring this Gohan as a friend unit. Super insane. So this was my no item, easy mode, infinite Dragon Ball history run. If you want me to do it harder, with a little more strategy, as free to play as possible, just let me know. Peace.